They transferred me to another prison further down south in Reedsville, Georgia, the Georgia State Prison. And we went directly to the shakedown shack. They stripped me, and I would start taking off my clothes, and the certain guy said, hold on. And he told me to wait. And I was already in there with all the guys. But all the guys were seeing me stripping me. So I was only in solitary confinement there for a week. And then they put me in general population. And it was the craziest thing because most of the time, like all the time I've been incarcerated, there's always an officer escorting me everywhere I go. So they did all this extra stuff to protect me. So when I got to this second prison, he literally drops me off in front of the door and walk away. And I'm like, I think it was at that moment that I realized that I'm alone. And I basically felt like I was being let off to the wolves. I think I'm the type of person that I'm a very nervous, shy person. So when I'm placed into new environments, I try to like suck it all in and like figure out what's going on to like have an understanding because I'm not good when I'm placed in new environments. So I just sat there observing everything and just, and then this guy approached me and said, can he talk to me? I'm like, oh my gosh, what have I done wrong already? All I've done was just sit on this bed. I haven't done anything. I look at someone like, what have I done wrong? Why this person needs to talk to me? And he came to me and was like, you're going to need protection in a place like this. You're going to need a man to protect you. And that he was like a gang member, the highest ranking gang member of the prison. And he can protect me and that I need to be protected. And he just started following me everywhere I went. Like after we had the conversation and I went back to the room and I put my stuff away in my locker. And, I went, they called Chow. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, we're walking to the cafeteria to get food. I'm like, okay, I'm used to someone bringing the food to the room. So this is definitely new for me. I sat at the table about to eat the food, and next thing you know, he came and sat with me. I'm like, what is going on? He's like, I told my boys that you are mine, and, they're going to be looking out for you. And I was like, okay. I'm like, he was, and from that point on, everywhere I went, he followed me. And like, I would say a week later, he started acting crazy. Like, he's like mad and angry. And I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? So I couldn't understand. He was like real mad. It's like, I was like, I didn't understand what was wrong with him. He said, you're going to quit playing with me. And, I was like, what are you talking about? He said, you have to do your duties. And I'm like, I'm confused with like, what do you mean by duties? And he was like, are you going to suck me or, do something sexual with him? My exact words to him was, I don't feel that I'm obligated to do anything with you. And we were like in front of the whole dorm when he was acting like that. So he was like, well, let me talk to you over here. He grabbed me by my throat, threw me to the wall, and he pulled out a shank and told me that you're going to do what you're supposed to be doing. I was like, okay, whatever you want me to do, just don't kill me. So I was definitely in perpetual fear that I was going to die. I felt that, this guy was going to kill me. He told me that he was in for murder and had 3 life sentences. And I'm like, this guy has nothing to lose. And every single time where if he's not forcing me to perform a sex act on him and days go by and it doesn't happen, I guess he just thinks that I'm supposed to do it as if this is something I want to do. So he'll go crazy on me again and, start threatening me and physically assaulting me to force me to perform orgasms. I feel like I felt that he was going to kill me. And, I've never ever in my life felt that a person would actually kill me. You know what I mean? That wasn't a fear that I, dealt with in life before. But I actually felt like he was going to kill me. And I wrote my mother and I told her that I was in fear of my life and that I thought that I was going to die. And I asked her to get me contacts to the Georgia Department of Correction, senior people over the prison system, so that I can contact them, because I knew that the prison system, the guards with the inmates, they had relationships with these people. Like, he will tell me that he was going to get me some outfits and the guard was going to get them for him and stuff like that. So I knew that he had connections with the officers. It was just the fear of possibly being killed if I don't do it. Just being that I couldn't sleep. I thought that man was going to come and kill me at any time. And clearly I was shaking. But it's something, you seeing me, nothing was different. Yeah, I had shorter hair, but I still had breasts. I still talk the way I talk. I still walk the way I walk. I still had my mannerisms. My face was still feminine. Only difference is I didn't have long hair. I wrote the deputy warden of security, and I told him exactly what was going on. I named the guy and everything. Nothing happened. I didn't receive a response from the letter. After 4 days, no response happened. There was another trans girl that came in, a week before I left the dorm. And they didn't feel comfortable with it being 2 trans girls in the dorm. So they told us we had to leave. I went to protective custody. When I got to protective custody, he was in a cell.
Who? The guy who... He was in your cell?
Yes.
So a guard let him in?
I couldn't respond to it because I felt that if I responded, he would have probably done something to me. Yes, I was definitely freaking out, but I knew that I couldn't react to it. He was assigned to the same cell while I was on protective custody. That's when he actually raped me, so